It's Christmas time. I'm the vintage collector and these are my short Advent time stories. If you're situated in the US, your go-to computer and electronics store back in the 80s was probably Radio Shack. Likewise in the German-speaking area of Europe, it was probably Vobis. Vobis is Latin and means for you, and was meant to symbolize the idea that Vobis wanted to be the people's supplier of microcomputers. At its height during the late 90s, Vobis was present all over Europe with over 700 branches in 11 countries. And like many other retailers in other countries, Vobis had their own brand called High Screen, under which they sold computer equipment. Today I want to show you kind of an obscure thing that Vobis did during the mid-90s, which is the Vobis Virtual Space. This was essentially a CD-ROM they released as part of their promotional efforts, showcasing their products and services, as well as offering users an immersing experience in cyberspace, fitting with the growing multimedia trends of the time. Plus it included an adventure-like game called Space Bermuda. The best to run this is something like Windows 95 or Windows NT and Windows 2000.
What about Windows Me?
It needs Apple's QuickTime and offers so to install it. And it runs quite well on Windows Me actually. Better in fact as on Windows 2000, where I had massive audio stuttering which only went away once I added the second virtual CPU, enabled 3D video acceleration and changed the video resolution to 640x480 and 16-bit colors depth. But then it would also work somewhat on Windows 2000. And the low resolution is anyway not a problem, as that's also the default recommendation Vobis made in their README file.
Hallo, können Sie mich hören? Ah, das Bild ist da, aber Sie stehen ja auf dem Kopf. Ja, das ist schon besser.
Whereas the main part of the CD-ROM was of course the advertisement material, which did include general product descriptions as well as promotional videos, there was also the possibility to configure your own computer. At the time of release in 1996, the highest end machine was based off a Pentium Pro 200 MHz. Wow! Now, both the menuing system as well the game itself was based around some scriptable multimedia presentation system. When exploring the CD-ROMs you'll find dozens of audio and video files, so you can imagine that the game is not really a game, but just pre-rendered and scripted content. Starting the game is easy, which will give you a brief intro to the overall setting. It generally feels like being influenced by Star Trek and Babylon 5, and you'll commandeer an unnamed space commander on his mission.
Es ist das Jahr 2197. Und auf dem Planeten, den wir Erde nennen, herrscht endlich Frieden. Die Weiten des Weltraums sind längst nicht mehr unerforscht.
It's said to be a space adventure with riddles and other tasks to solve, and it'll throw you into action right away as the tractor beam is not working and you have to navigate manually to dock your space shuttle.
Manuelles Andocken erfolgreich abgeschlossen.
Ja, wer sagt's denn? Geht doch nichts über echte Handarbeit.
Once aboard, you'll be confronted with more riddles to solve. Now, I won't be doing a full walkthrough, as such a video already exists by someone else, and I see no point in going against that. But maybe you have become curious enough to try it yourself, so I'll be putting the links into the video description for your reference.
Verweigert.
Vobis eventually released a second Virtual Space CD-ROM in 1997, which included also part 2 of the game, which is a direct continuation from part 1 and is built on the same multimedia presenter technology. Unfortunately, I don't know if Vobis Virtual Space was ever released in other countries or if it was exclusive only for the German area, as there is barely any information to find. It's even unknown if there was even a third CD-ROM. To me, it definitely feels like an obscure experiment that Vobis was doing here. Still, they were investing quite some effort to include a space adventure game, which makes it an interesting thing altogether. Or what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm the Vintage Collector, and this was my short Advent Time story for today. Thanks for watching, and see you again tomorrow.